do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah.
I started doing the hands-on workshops because it was something that I had thought of where I had taken workshops from like Michael Husser, Sean Barber, and sculptors and painters, and so I really wanted to do something interactive like that where tattooing, because tattooing was missing that part. Like seminars are so hands-off. You just stand in front of a PowerPoint, you're teaching. So I really came up with the idea, and I was the first one to come up with this idea where you sit there, you tattoo, and you tattoo with another tattooer. And you really teach them, and it's like maybe like a crash course in an apprenticeship almost. You know, so these people that are tattooing already in the community, you know, want to learn how to do better at portraits. So I would teach those, and I really thought this is the need in the future of tattooing. And, you know, just naturally I came up with the idea of like, let's introduce another person. You know, let's teach with somebody. And I think it's worked really well. I've taught with a lot of people, you know. I taught a class with Michael Husser, and the whole idea was because his palette, my tattoo palette's based off his painting palette and things I learned from him. So I wanted to include him because I wanted people to understand that I brought it together from what this guy as a master, in my opinion, knows, and then bringing it to tattooing and changing the whole process of the way portraits in color are done. So I feel like I picked these people to do seminars with me for a reason. And it's usually a reason because they've either inspired me or I've learned something important from them. You know, picking Dino and Joe, it's really important to me for them to be here because Dino was one of the first people I ever seen do realism. You know, having Joe Capobianco come out and teach, I think is important because Joe's very opinionated. I think tattooing's at a very odd place. And, you know, Joe's a legend, Dino's a legend. People need to hear these people's stories. People need to know the knowledge that they have. You know, I think having experience is, to me, more important than talent sometimes. You know, experience comes with time. You can't fast forward experience, you know, and I think that it's important. So having Dino tattoo and then having me and Joe do the pound of flesh was really cool. And Dino came in and he just tattooed his client that he was going to tattoo for 3 days at the workshop. So then people were able to watch and ask questions real intimately. And, you know, me and Joe just stood on the side and, you know, tattooed the pound of flesh. So people got to really see what it takes to do a real tattoo in live action and then what we could do on the pound of flesh and give ideas. So the coolest thing is that it's all very cohesive. Like we all tattoo similar, but we just make different choices. And that's the one thing I really like to get people to understand, the point across. A good tattoo is a good tattoo. And that's the bottom line. So today's the last day of Golden State, and it's the last day for the Black Anchor Academy here at Golden State. And we're gonna finish it off with one of my favorite people, BJ Betts.
My experience today at the Black Anchor Academy was incredible. You know, I love teaching. I love passing on the little bit of knowledge that I have left in this bonnet up here, and you know, passing it on to the new generation, which is such a lost art these days. Everybody's just out for themselves, and it's exact opposite here with Nikko and the crew.
BJ Betts is an amazing human being. He's one of the most straight up motherfuckers that I know, and I fucking love that dude. He's one of my best friends, and to be able to teach with this dude, I'm honored. Even just watching him work, he just really finished the pound of flesh, and he gave a tattoo away, man. That dude's just a giving human being, and he's a fucking good dude.
You know, it's important that this is helpful to their careers in many aspects, in their art, in their drawing, in their laying out of in laying out the designs and the whole tattoo process from start to finish. You know, I saw improvements from the very beginning to the end, just in them asking questions and how it looked from the beginning, and you know, Nikko sitting down with them and myself, and just they really paid attention, and I think it's very important for guys that have been, and women that have been tattooing for a long time, to pass on this stuff. It's that from mouth to ear, the old school way of getting things done, not writing anything down, and you know, again, from my mouth right to someone's ear, and then they can do the same thing, and on and on and on. That's what keeps, you know, this little bit of this old school tradition alive, I think.
The cool thing with the Academy is that I don't want to keep it the same. I don't want it just to be like people coming in and, you know, just sitting there and taking notes. Like I want it to be interactive. I want to talk with people. I want them to feel like, you know, I'm there for them and they're there for me, and, you know, we're a part of this community, and, you know, we're helping each other. You know, Golden State letting me be a part of this and host this, I really wanted to take the bull by the horns and add value to this convention, and I think Black Anchor Academy does that. You know, it adds something, a different element that no convention in the United States is doing. I mean, everyone has their seminars, but nobody's putting on a collection of this. And next year we're going to do it bigger and better, and it's going to be way different. And yeah, I think it's going to be the 5-year anniversary, and we're going to kill it.